This video presents a brief introduction to the biotechnology industry. Biotechnology inventions and products are changing paradigms in healthcare, in agriculture, and in industrial processes. Great opportunities exist for those who have the technologies, the skills, and the perseverance to bring new products to market. These opportunities stem from the disruptive effects of biotechnology on existing markets and from the ability to create new markets, but they are tempered by a unique set of scientific, regulatory, political, economic, social, and commercial influences. Understanding the dynamic and linked contributions of myriad factors affecting the commercialization of biotechnology is therefore essential to operate in the biotechnology industry. Before we get in too deep, let's start with a very basic question. What is biotechnology? As you can see, this very small sampling shows a diversity of opinions. The AAAS has a very simple definition: the use of living things to make products. The CBD and the OECD get a little bit more specific, but basically they're saying the same thing: using living things to make products. Ultimately, I find a flaw with all these definitions, and the problem is that they're simply too broad. By not going any deeper than the use of living things, these definitions include many applications which have been occurring for thousands of years. Would you call your baker a biotechnologist? How about a carpenter? These are definitely rigorous pursuits, but to really address the revolutionary nature of biotechnology, it's necessary to use a definition which focuses on the modern applications. I propose the following definition: the application of molecular biology for useful purposes. It is the definition I will be using to direct the discussion in this video series. Don't worry if you don't fully understand what molecular biology is at this point. We'll be going over it in greater detail in an upcoming video. By focusing on molecular biology, we can direct our attention to the dramatic new possibilities it enables. I've listed just a few here, and we'll be going over them in much greater detail in a video dedicated to biotechnology applications. Here is a table with some more specific applications, many of which you may be familiar with. Biodegradable plastics are widely available, and maybe in your milk and orange juice containers, and in the utensils and plates you get at takeout restaurants. Diagnostic testing has been around for many years, and it plays a vital role in determining the best path to treat certain diseases. DNA analysis became famous with the O.J. Simpson case and is now a routine part of criminal investigations. It can also help determine paternity and heritage. Genetic testing can help improve plant and animal breeding without the need for genetic modification. If you live in the United States, or one of many other countries, you've probably been eating genetically modified crops for years. These increase yields and reduce pesticide use, and ultimately benefit the environment. We'll be discussing these applications and their regulatory controls in a future video. Industrial enzymes are a hidden application. They're being used, but you would never know it. We'll also be going over these in the video on applications. Therapeutics, of course, is the dominant application of biotechnology. I'll explain why and go over the applications, the regulations, and the business considerations. So, what do biotechnology companies do? Essentially, they focus either on products, such as drugs, research tools, or the products I listed on the previous page, or on services, such as genetic testing, forensics, and research support. Some companies both sell products and offer services using what is called a hybrid business strategy, and we'll be covering this as well. To set the stage for the future sections, I'd like to outline the 4 pillars of biotechnology. The primary factor limiting biotechnology is science. You can only do what is possible through current knowledge and abilities, or what you can develop the knowledge and abilities to do. That is why the next section focuses on the science of biotechnology. The next influencer is intellectual property protection, which is discussed along with the regulatory and political factors. For reasons that I'll go to in greater detail, intellectual property protection is a key enabler in biotechnology. The high development costs, combined with the relative ease of copying innovations, means that innovators need a means to temporarily exclude competitors and generate sufficient revenues to pay back their R&D investments. Regulatory and political factors can both block and promote biotechnology. Regulations exist to ensure that biotechnology applications are safe, and in the case of drugs, there's an additional requirement that they be proven to be effective as well. We'll be going over these in more detail. Finally, like any other enterprise, biotechnology companies require sustainable business models. Whether they're funded by grants, by donations, or by revenues, there must be a means to support the research and development activities and the subsequent commercialization. The entire course builds up to this section on biotechnology commercialization, and that section covers biotechnology company fundamentals, finance, research and development management, marketing, licensing, alliances and mergers, and general enterprise management. I hope you enjoyed this brief introduction. In the next section, I'll provide some perspective and tell you about the history of biotechnology.